Hello and welcome to Cosmic Sisters Tarot, and this is our June predictions. We have pre-picked pile 1, pile 2, pile 3 significator cards, and with each reading we will be doing a personal section which could include love, family. We will do a financial section which will include any money situations, jobs, and health speaks for itself. And then we're going to have this question mark one, which could be anything that Source wants you to know, anything that's significant that will pop up for June. So have a ponder with our fancy music and choose your card and go to the timestamp below. See you there. Hello, pile number 1, and you picked the 3 of Wands for your June predictions. This is our significator card, so we're going to put it to one side and we're going to start with oracle card for personal, and I can't see if you can actually read these. I've sort of darkened down the lights a bit, and I've got my little thing, this crystal, on the colour thing, but yeah, it's not quite showing up what I thought, but we'll leave it on. So our first section for personal, we're going to pick just one of these cards to start us off, and it is Grace. Pull that up as far as I can. So for personal, I'm going to pick a few tarot and see where we go for June. Pile 1. Am I going to do this? Can we seal those? Hopefully. So your personal side for June. With Grace, I'm getting there's been a fall from Grace towards the end of this month, which is May. I don't see it as a major setback, although you feel like things have just gone tits up, and what seemed like a great idea, or what was going down really well, suddenly came to an abrupt stop and you've had to start again. So where I see Grace here, I see like a fall from Grace. I see having to be humble for June. Remember, this is just for the month ahead. Having to be humble for June, because I think there's going to be, it feels like it's a bit over dramatic for the situation, and it's like, oh, I've got to start again. But sometimes it's better to start again and things work out better the next time round. Channel your knowledge. Critical judgment. Now, critical judgment, again, I said, you look like you're being a bit over dramatic. The Three of Wands coming back to the Significator card here. You're looking ahead, planning ahead, and it's all going fine. And I think what you think is a fall from grace, or what you think is a bit of a disaster, isn't really. It's more of an opportunity to try something different and to go down a different route. We have the Ace of Swords here, so I think something is going to sort of come round and have to go back to the drawing board. That's what I'm getting. But also, channel your knowledge. I think you already know where things are going. So that's why I feel that it's a bit of an maybe over judging things. And bring yourself back into yourself to channel your knowledge. Sometimes this card is about automatic writing or general channeling from above. So we're talking about source, spirit guides. Finding that information out and finding new routes and being more creative with how you deal with things. I feel like your creativeness has been dampened a bit. Your spark, it's gone a little bit for June, and I just feel a bit like you're going to feel sorry for yourself, but you need to just carry on, be humble, and accept that some mistakes or some things are just meant to be, and you can move on because you have the Three of Wands. So it's going to end up okay, but you just get the feeling that maybe you think that it's not going to be, but it's okay. It's going to be fine. Now I'm going to just move this aside so we can start on financial for June, pile 1. Let's pick another one. Let's do this like every subject. Pick one of these. The Truth. Financial for the Truth. Right, I'm going to move this lovely thing backwards so we can get them all in. And some tarot. That's interesting for financial. Right, I see a bit of overindulgence in financial matters for June. Your creativeness, so your personal creativeness is coming through into your financial areas, because we have the Empress here. But here with the Devil, I just see you need to wake up to the truth. The Harp is about truth. And the Two of Pentacles is about juggling money. So it's saying don't be flippant with your money. Things are going to be tight 1 minute. It's like it comes in one hand and goes out the other. And I do feel that you're struggling and juggling with money. But be your own teacher. Remember here that we had channel your knowledge. And I feel that you've just been led astray a little bit. and you're just wandering from the truths about personal and financial, and the need to be a bit more creative. It's a time to not lend money, it's a time to not get bank loans, and it's a time to just deal with what you've got, coming back to grace. You know, financial falls into personal because it is personal, and I feel that you need to fall into this humble state and just accept where you are, rather than trying to juggle with money and get yourself into debt. So be your own teacher. See if you can channel your higher self and be your own teacher. And the devil obviously is about indulgence, so just a note not to overindulge in things that you don't really need, because things are going to be a bit tight for June. So we have awakened spirit, desire to change for financial. I've reverted to the book for this card because there are sacred crystals involved, and this one is actually about white selenite, which is this crystal here that we're using for the light. So there's an affirmation: I'm free to follow the call of my heart with purpose, with love and clarity. Because this awakened spirit, we're in this financial section here. I think that it's about Alice going down the rabbit hole and finding the truths, and obviously we do have this harp of truth here. And I don't think it's about other people, it's about your own truths and that spiritual connection that's been lost, and you need to rechannel and bring yourself back into yourself. And you can be a bit disconnected, which is sometimes what you need, rather than being bogged down in the world, in the financial world, in the earthly realm, and having to deal with the daily problems and the daily grind. And I feel that here there needs to be a little bit of a disconnection to reconnect with yourself. So it says, right now your spirit seeks freedom, confined by restricted interactions and outdated ideals. It's important to understand the connection between your physical body and spiritual self. It also says a growing impatience with materialistic people, social media, news programs. So the materialistic world needs to be, you need to drop back a bit from it and see that by being creative, things will rekindle. Let's take a look at health, if you can see that word up there. I'm going to slightly shift everything along. Health for pile 1. The Four of Swords, so that is particularly about health and about resting and taking a break. The Three of Cups, which is about celebrations. The Eight of Wands. And the Five of Cups. So your health. Here we have the Four of Wands, which is about taking a break and recuperating from life. And if you have health issues, or if you've had health issues, it's time to sit back and recoup. We have Three of Cups, which is celebration. So if you have had any health problems, there's a time to celebrate in June. So there's positive news, whether it's you or family, goes into personal. So you know, health issues besides you and in the family, there's celebrations there. But there is a need for recuperation, rest. Eight of Wands. So things will pick up very quickly with your health in June. So if at the moment and going into the beginning of June things haven't been so good, I see some emotional ups and downs, but things will change quickly for a more positive outlook through June, because we have celebrations here. It's just at the bottom there's the Five of Cups. So although this card here says things are going to happen quickly, I think you're still, emotionally wise, you're still looking at what could have been, and that needs to just be addressed. Again, coming back to the awakened spirit here, your spiritual awareness needs to be addressed, and you can do that by meditating. But remember, this one is about channeling. That's giving you a clue there. 25, lead the way, light your own path. This is all about you. This is about your grace here and your humility. Is that a word? Humility? Yeah, a hue of humility. I don't know, but being humble and just looking at your own life rather than looking outwardly into the world. So leading the way, light your own path. Again, we keep coming back to you are the light. You are this bright spark. You need to remember that you are part of the big whole, this whole as in WHOLE, the whole, the source. You are part of this universe and not just a small cog where here it feels like, there's all this overindulgence with the devil, or doing things that you're not sure that you wanted to do, or you're being pushed to do it. So coming back to yourself, leading the way. Spend some time in nature. I feel like the earth side of this, with this financial struggle here, I can see you going out and maybe having drinks and stuff, and I see a need to withdraw back to nature, or to withdraw with a set of headphones if you're in a city. But if you can, get back to nature or listen to nature sounds and just see the beauty in nature itself and life, as opposed to the materialistic things. Through June, with the health here, you're going to be changing your attitudes with the 5 and emotionally changing. There's going to be, like I said, celebrations, and this will start to change your attitude. It will make you look at things differently, and how precious life is and how wonderful life can be with life itself, like I said, in nature. If you can surround yourself with plants, with crystals, even animals and pets, just moving away from that materialistic world of what I'd call the rat race, and work and socializing with office workers, and just withdrawing away from that. No one's gonna think any bad of you by doing that, because I feel with health, if you're carrying on with this devil here and this overindulgence, you're just going to end up exhausted, and remember this need to rest and recoup. Now let's see what this one is. So if any spirit guides would like to give us a message for June, anything in particular, should I, like, you know, I said I was gonna do this one first. Did I not do one for that? I didn't do one for that, did I? Okay, maybe it wasn't meant to be for that one. I'm gonna pick one for the question mark. Blessed sight. I have the Queen of Swords. There's been some differences of opinion. We've got here the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Now you can see what's going on. You have this insight. You can see where things are going, and you need to just use your intuition and think ahead, because with the two queens here, they are very different. So with this one, I do see there's positive outcomes by going it alone. You have the Two of Wands. Remember, we had the Significator card, the Three of Wands. So this is now the Two of Wands, which is about planning. Notice the person has the world in their hands. So with the Queen of Wands, I'm not sure if this is about, if this runs back into financial. It's just there's differences of opinion, and you know what? You can do this on your own. You don't have to fall out with this other person, but they have their own agenda. They're usually good business people, but also have family involvements and other commitments, and they can juggle both. But I think you're more directional with where you want to go in life and what you want out of it, and there's just things can be resolved. They can, but I think your opinions need to count, and they need to be brought forward, and so that this person can vision with you where you need to go. You need to communicate. You need to address things and speak together about things, rather than the differences of opinion. There needs to be a coming together, and then I think you will definitely lead the way here. Oh, because we have lead the way, so I do think you're a strong leader here. You have the Empress, which is about creativity and starting something new. With the Swords, it's about communication. I think there was an Ace there somewhere. Yes, there. Which is about personal. So it's about being one. This one. And the Queen of Swords is about going your own way and standing out and being individual. And this is where this person will realize that your ideas they're good, and you will lead the way. So with the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands, you will actually have people following you because of your blessed sight. So I hope you enjoyed those predictions for June, and see you again soon. Hello, pile number 2, and you picked the Knight of Pentacles. We're going to put this one to the side because this is our significator card, and we're going to choose an oracle card to start with for each section. So this is for June, predictions for June, and we're going to start with personal and do, oops, I'm going to take those. There's actually more than one, which I wasn't going to do. creativity and communication. Right, so we're going to have to accept that those two needed to come out. The personal. This could be about family, love, home life, and just anything that feels personal to you. So for June, there's a couple of offers, really wonderful offers coming, and it's going to be a really creative month, and a month where you are with communication, you are going to be talking about stuff, because we have the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. There's a lot of talking going on. The Swords is about communication, but also the pages themselves are about messages or messengers that could come with emails, phone calls, texts, and coming together, people coming together. There's some good news coming. We have the Sun, which is success, happiness, good health. We're not in the health section, so we are talking about, or we have the King of Swords as well here. If there is any type of legal stuff that's been going on, and I feel with coming back to the significator, there's been a standstill with things. Things haven't moved much. They are going to move forward now into a positive outcome for June. This is really good news here, and this is in the personal section, so it will give you this sense of relief, and you'll be more open and free, and that relief brings creativity and that spark back into your life that's been at a standstill for so long here. This good news coming. And if there is a negative side to it, that the other person has, if there's another person involved, another negative person involved, that they will be dealt with in the proper way. And I feel that this will just bring you into a sense of finally having that authority. I feel that this is going to give you the courage and strength to push through boundaries and be more open, and know that your personal life is going to improve greatly in June. I'm going to move these aside because we're not going to have much room otherwise. This is still for your personal. This came out in pile number 1, Awakened Spirit. So where we have creativity and communication, in your personal life there is connections to spirit that come out positively. Know that you are guided in the right direction. Look up as the figure is looking up, and asking your spirit guide, your ancestors for help, and knowing that you are receiving help with love. And helping you with your transitions, although it is all positive for June. Remember, sometimes transition can be disrupting, but there's no negativity in it other than maybe somebody else, it falls into somebody else, but there's no need to feel guilty about anything, because it's your right to have this go your way. Let's pick a card for financial. I really think, coming back to this one, it's about coming out of yourself with that courage. The financial, we have transformation, so there's some big changes in your financial matters for June. Wow. Really positive here. Wow, we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles. So this really is about material wealth and stability, and the Ten of Cups. It's just lovely, bringing everything together. So we have the partners here, the King and Queen of Pentacles. It's about security, financial security for June, and being content with what you have. And this could be falling, but bringing forward this personal issue here that comes into success, that there could be some financial involvement for that. And the transformation here is big positive changes coming your way. I do feel an abundance in this financial row here. Energy signature, the past is in the present. So bringing things from the past into the present. Know that I can just feel your positive energy after this thing that has been laying dormant for a while is now going to just pop into positivity, and you're just going to light up the room. And there's two of you here because we have the Queen and the King, this partnership that just is going to blossom into happiness and contentment. And this is such a transformation from how things have been stagnant recently in the past. So health, I'm sure health now is going to be very positive with what's been going on and how June is going in a very positive way. Part number 2, we have boundaries. Knowing where your boundaries lie with your health, knowing that you can't do too much. Again, wow. See, this is pile number 1 in the health position as well. The Four of Swords is about rest and recuperating. And there is a time for celebration, and there is a time for being aware of your boundaries and knowing when to stop and when to rest. So health, boundaries here is important. So the Four of Swords is about having to rest, relax, recoup, regenerate that energy. I feel that you're not always seeing what's in front of you. Transformation is happening. It's all moving in a positive way. Just chill out, after initial celebration, chill out, come down. And we know looking out for your family is great, but you need to look after yourself and take off this blindfold and see your own truths about your own health. We'll pick one of these for the health. Celestial Gatekeeper, timing is critical. That's a gorgeous card, look at that. I'm going to read from the book. The eagle is considered a sacred animal in many cultures, unafraid of confrontation. Eagles demonstrate resilience and unshakable confidence and courage, flying between the realms of earth and spirit. These animals are celestial gatekeepers, transporting spiritual communication So they rely on their vision, you know, the eagle eye. So here we have you blindfolded. So we need to take off this blindfold to see your own truths. You need clear focus, which you're going to get from recuperation. So while you have a sense of urgency here, there is a push for your wellness to slow things down and to not rush. So it's just making sure that you have the facts and things all in front of you so that you can look ahead with your eyes open. Let's go for the question, which could be a message from Spirit, anything we need to hear for you in June. Healing grief. That's strange. We had these in the last reading. It's so strange how out of 78 cards the same ones tend to pop up, and many in the same positions. It's like, you know, the universe works in strange ways, that things happen to all of us at the same time. It doesn't matter what star sign you are, it's just that the motions of the planets go through these stages and we go through them together. So healing grief, the Ten of Swords is about disaster and failing in the middle of something, or it's the feeling that you feel like you can't go on. And I feel this is more of how you've been, because we have success and we have this happiness and the sun, so it's all going to be wonderful. And remembering this with the health too, after the initial wow happiness, chillax and just open your eyes and just look at where you're going and what you're doing, and don't rush. Now, because I do feel there's an urge to do things to keep yourself busy, and I don't think that should be the case of rushing to keep yourself busy here. With all this success and happiness after this stagnant time, you still need to be told. The transformation here that you're going through is going to bring back past memories. Actually, here it said the past is in the present. I feel that, you know, it's a bringing things through and going through this grief, going through these negative emotions that will pop up and will come out. And it's okay to feel angry, it's okay to feel upset about the past, but then you have to let it go. If you look at here, although he's got all the swords in his chest, there's the sun ahead. Yep, there's a path to that sun. And I feel that it's been a long-winded taking one sword out at a time until there's no swords left. But you're here. June has brought you to this positive outcome. So let's look forward to June. Living light energy, see the beauty in life. There's lots of things that you're going to that are going to re-spark in a good way It could be that you have a rekindle, like a love for crystals, that something you did in the past and then it was left behind. And I feel this illumination, this illuminated crystal here, that you can see this here, it's like lighting up the whole city, this need for this living light energy, and the crystals that will bring in light. I'm feeling, you know, these clear crystals like this one, like selenite, like clear crystals, quartz, just having them in your life and having them in your bedroom and using them to benefit your health. Having here with the transformation, there is actually a purple glow. When I said like the purple light came on with it, the amethyst, bringing healing into your life, into your room, and just drawing in on that healing energy. It's just when you're going through this transformation, this will help towards, this will help the transition from where you've been in the darker, stagnant places and bring you out into the light. I do feel here, yes, there's a pull towards a love for crystals and going out, maybe some impulse buys for some new crystals. That's fine. We're allowed to indulge here with the devil. We're allowed to draw in for our positive health as well, coming back to health and positive outcomes. So I hope you enjoyed that reading for June, and do come back again soon. Hello, pile number 3, and you picked the 10 of Cups. That's a lovely card to start with, which is going to be our significator card, which we're going to put to the side. We're going to do a row for personal financial health, and then a mystery. Maybe Source wants to tell you something. Maybe there is something significant that we need to know for June. The 10 of Cups in itself is a lovely card because it's about abundance and overfilled with emotions and loving family, get-togethers. We're going to pick one for personal, divine love. Wow, personal. So June is about divine love. What do we have here? Is that a fairy? I think that's a fairy. So divine love in our personal section here. We have the 6 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles. June's going to be a very close-knit family time. It's a time for connecting with older people, younger people from your family, and having a good time. It's about new opportunities, but coming together and helping each other. There's collaboration here. There's within the family, there's help coming from all directions. It's about giving and taking, helping each other. Even though we're not in the financial line at the moment, we've got 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. So here that is strongly suggested about work, but because it's in the personal section, I feel that it's about working together, not particularly about a job. It's about something that you could be creative with. I just feel divine love here with personal. I don't know if you heard that, the bird next door, there's a minor bird and he's just whistled, like wolf whistle. There you go. See, divine love, it's coming from nature, it's coming from the bird next door. Let's pick one of these. I just feel that there's a spiritual pull that I need to quickly pull this one. Between worlds, new directions. Look at that gorgeous turtle. So energetically, personally, you could feel that you have been a bit blocked. And we have to go back to this divine love and between worlds, calling in, drawing in divine love from the universe. The turtles they're also the independent creatures, swimming freely in the sea. And I feel this personal section is about family coming together and helping each other and showing you the right direction, which here says a new direction. With the turtle as well, there could be some long journeys coming up ahead, even overseas here, because of the sea turtle. But generally, long journeys. I think it's all about heading towards divine love and heading into a positive direction, whether physically with travel or mentally. Because I feel you can be slightly led in the wrong direction. So I do feel that you need family guidance, which is there anyway in June. So take the help if it's offered and offer your help if you can. I'm going to move that aside. And we're now going to do financial. We're going to keep going the way we have and have one of these for financial. Oh, heart healing. That's unusual for financial. Let's see where this one's going. Remembering our 10 of Cups is all about family and love and coming together. For financial, heart healing. 2 of Pentacles. This one just keeps coming up constantly. 10 of Pentacles, wow. And 9 of Swords. So you really, there's a lot of worry about financial problems, and things are being kind of juggled, and there's a right to be, but coming back to maybe confusion with the turtle here. Your head, your personal space, your head here is stressing out over what may be or what may come. And the heart itself needs healing. I feel that maybe you were cheated somehow and it's affected you mentally, but you've got positive outcomes here in June. It starts off with this juggling of not sure really, not sure. This confusion and not really sure where you're going, but then you've got the 10 of Pentacles, which for me is families really come through, and there won't be anything to worry about, because we have to come back to the personal and runs into financial, that your family are always there. They're going to be there for you, or your close friends, or the people that you call your family. It doesn't always mean blood relatives. And the heart will be healed, because it's like having faith again in somebody or in the human race, and just having money given to you, gifted to you. There's definitely money coming as gifted with here. Just feel like financial help is coming your way. Let's pick one of these for finance. Wow, align your universe. Look, there's a lot going on in that one. Navigate distractions. which is interesting because we was talking about the confusion and just being led down the wrong path. I think you need to focus on where you want to be for June, and in the long term where you're going, and about healing your heart, which, yes, we do need finances. Sometimes the finances, they do heal the heart. With me, I personally, this is my situation because I need money to feed my dogs, and that heals my heart. But I need money. So that's the type of thing that I'm thinking about, that you do need money. Sometimes money does bring happiness. This is card number 1. There's a lot of gold in that card. June seems to be about a lot of distractions and the need to focus. Make your health and your well-being a priority, which we're not going into health right now, but we will be. So this is going to be running into the health section of Align Your Universe. This is about not letting the ego take over, keeping that one foot in spirit, but that one foot into matters of the heart, and how knowing how they connect, how financial matters connect with the heart, and just aligning yourself to that. There's a need to place yourself as priority, and your higher self is calling you to align yourself with your life goals. Bring yourself back to where maybe in the past, like when we were young, and what you wanted to be when you grow up. Align yourself with what your heart desires, and what makes you happy, what would bring you contentment, overall contentment in life, and start looking at the goals and how you can achieve them. So moving on now to health. Strength. That's a good one. So it's like the strength card in the tarot. It's about being emotionally strong and being able to deal with stuff that comes your way. Because for June, I feel there's a little bit of, don't want to say dissatisfaction. You've got the inner strength, you can manage, you can cope with stuff. And June may throw some little sacrifices that you need to make, that may throw some things at you that you need to re-evaluate. And you might not, I think there's some inner conflict here and confusion going on about where we're coming back to aligning yourself and thinking about yourself and what you really want out of life, and where you're going. And we're only talking about June, what the decisions you make affect you long term. And I think you think that maybe there's happiness there. There's contentment, but then there's the need of wanting more, and it's questioning, what more is there to life? What else is there? And you will be questioning this, I think, with the turtle here, and the need to broaden your horizons and travel maybe. And I feel that there could be a new start. There's the seed of something in June. And it revolves around having your heart's desires and achieving your heart's desires, which does involve financial. It could be actually working for yourself, being your own boss, and moving away from a job. We're in health, but again, everything seems to affect everything else anyway. We would be stressing out if we didn't have money. if you're worrying about family or friends, it could affect your health. So everything tends to affect everyone. But with the Ace of Cups here, this is contentment. It's beautiful emotions surfacing and feeling love and light and healing. Even though there are some negative aspects, positive things will come out of them in June. Because we have the Hangman, and sometimes you need to sacrifice something for the greater good. And that could be like smoking for your health. That could be like giving up meat, alcohol. Having the emotional strength to do that, which you have, so you are able to do that and better your life, and it will better your life. Now let's move on to, right, let's just pick one of these. Sacred Divinity, there are two paths ahead. Embracing your masculine and your feminine, which will expand your consciousness, knowing that whatever you are, male or female, you have the other side in you. This in June is one-sided, and it's reminding you that we are both masculine and feminine, whatever we are, because our divine, our spirits are neither and all, and we draw what we need to from each of these physical traits, from masculine and feminine. To work on healing by balancing the masculine and the feminine. Because here, you know, you've got the strength. It's not just about physical strength, it's about emotional strength. But it's both, because it brings in both into this card. In turn, it brings balance to health. Sometimes the imbalance with the female, it can be overly emotional with the female, and I feel there's a lot of emotion here with the Ace of Cups, and it could be the other way, which the masculine side of having to need physical strength, the male side is to be like analytical, and I feel that the materialistic, the male is materialistic as in earthbound, and the female is soulbound, and we need to connect to both, to connect to the divine. Let's see next what this question mark is. Does Source or does our divine want to give you a message? Oh wow, divine, here you go, divine light. It's all about divine, the divine, divinity. Wow, it really is about connecting yourself to Source. Look at that, I think that's like Stonehenge there. I feel a connection as well to the past here. The divine light is how you perceive Source, whether it's a God, whether it's a divine one spirit or gods. However you see Source, whether you feel that we are all one, it's connecting to that divine light, and it's just the way to go. I feel you feel trapped. Personally, there are two paths ahead, and I feel this is about divinity and a spiritual path, because we have the Lovers here. I feel that you feel maybe through your family that you've been conditioned to believe in certain things, and you feel like you want to push away from that. I feel there's this confusion here. I do feel this is somewhat religious, but spirituality, that you want to move away from certain beliefs and bring in what you feel in your heart, your heart healing here, your own beliefs and your own desires need to be addressed and brought forward, and live this sacred divinity, live this masculine and feminine. And this is the right thing to do here. You know it's the right thing to do because you can feel it. We've all been bogged down with, necessary things in life that we have to do. And through June, you will end up with enough security that you'll be able to relax with your financial stresses and move forward into your own self-healing and this connection to divine love and divine light. Remember, love and light. Love and light is everything. And you need to break free. Again, there's a mask here. She's blindfolded, but she can quite easily take it off. She's not bound, and she can quite easily walk through them swords, and it's your decision to make. And here we have spiritual evolution. Look at that, set your heart free. Heart healing. This is really about matters of the heart and love and divine love in June. Spiritual evolution. I feel there's an awakening coming here with the Ace of Cups. I feel this burst of feminine emotions. Divine is telling you, Spirit is telling you to connect to both. Have one foot in the earth and one foot in the divine, and connect the male and the female, and know that we are one, we are both. No matter what our physical bodies tell us, we are both in divine light and love. I will look up number 35, spiritual evolution. Like a caterpillar or butterfly, individuals must go through their own transformations if they wish to excel, achieve or move forward in life. Having a little faith in yourself. You can't always have everything straight away. Long-lasting success takes time to build. And I feel that as well with the... There's quite a lot of pentacles here, and about building. This is the one here. Eight of Pentacles is about building your financial situation to a point where it's secure, so that you're able to look ahead and relax about it and not worry and stress over what's coming next, or where the next penny's coming from. Right now, forgiveness is required if you wish to move forward in life. Sometimes you must accept an apology sometimes you must accept an apology you may never receive. Forgiveness will set your heart free from an invisible control. So this is the invisible control here, the conditioning. Remove any past emotional and physical ties that are no longer serving you in the here and now with love and gratitude. For that has brought you to this point in life where you are ready to change and let go of the past. Open your heart to your soul's calling. Your soul's calling you to be free. So let's break free. And this is what the divine source wants you to know. That you are free to make your own decisions. Set your heart free. And you will soar in June. I hope you enjoyed that reading for June, and I hope you come and visit us soon. Bye.